Dr. Shabir Ally, many people are witnessing what's going on in Gaza, and they're wondering perhaps what your response is to the crisis in Gaza.
First of all, I'm shocked by the total loss of life that we are witnessing here, and the inhumanity of it all, the callousness of people towards this loss of life on the ground. There are a lot of statements being issued in public from people in high offices speaking about the right of Israel to defend itself. And while we do not deny the right of any state to defend itself, we must ask about the measured responses that responsible states are expected to exercise. What are you going to do if this conflict continues? Are you going to keep killing more and more Gazans until you subdue the situation? It doesn't make sense, and obviously this can't continue. So while we call on Hamas to stop firing rockets at Israel, we also want to call on Israel to stop killing Gazans. It is that simple. And at the same time, we expect that the world powers, and Muslim states in particular, will come forward and offer solutions to bring an end to this conflict.
Mm-hmm. And I think there needs to be more recognition of the context to the conflict. You know, it's not just what we're seeing, you know, Hamas and Israel, but you know, there's a lot more to that for the Palestinian people. So can you speak to that a little bit?
Yes, there is a longer history here, and the immediate situation is that there has been a continuous incursion into Palestinian lands by settlers who feel that they have a greater right to the land. Some people think that the Bible has conferred on them the right to the entire swath of land that is now called Palestine. And so they are building settlements one after another, encroaching on Palestinian land. And while there have been a continuous condemnation of these ongoing settlements, the settlements continue to be built. Mm-hmm. And it would seem that this and other injustices inflicted on the Palestinian people will continue indefinitely. And many Palestinians would feel that they cannot continue to live a life of indignity under blockade, under this kind of occupation. And sometimes people reach the conclusion out of desperation that they have to do something, no matter what, to just simply reclaim their dignity. Now, we as a world population should not force people into such a position. We should give people options. Just like we all enjoy multiple options wherever we live in most parts of the developed world. We need to give people options. Gaza is the world's largest enclosed prison. People are locked in, and they need the freedom to move, to breathe. If somebody is in Gaza and they need medical treatment, they have to go through so much to get permission to exit and get the treatment, whether it be in Israel or in Egypt. And then by the time the permission is granted, maybe the appointment that was initially given is no longer available. One has to go through the whole process to get another appointment again. Just simple things like that, where we just simply enjoy the freedom of going to a local hospital and getting ourselves treated. People are deprived this simple amenity of life. Why should this continue?
Dr. Shabir Ally, very quickly, what advice would you give to Muslims who are witnessing what's going on and want to do something to help?
Well, my first bit of advice, especially to the Muslim youth, is don't take matters into your own hands. Don't inflict more violence, because violence is going to lead to more violence. It's not going to solve this present conflict. We need peaceful solutions. Second is that we need to make dua for these people, because Allah is the one power who has ultimate control over all affairs. Third, we need to provide humanitarian aid. There are many legitimate channels. We should find out what those channels are, and forward our humanitarian aid to people who are suffering in this crisis. Fourth, and perhaps most important, we should be exercising our political influence as little as we have. If it is one vote, let it count. If you can talk to an MP, if you can send a message to your local government or a federal government, ask your governments to intervene to help the people who are suffering. Let not the world continue to turn a blind eye to the killing of whether Muslims or non-Muslims, whether in Gaza or anywhere else.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for your advice, Dr. Shabir Ally.
You're welcome.